Hi everyone, it's Kerchie. For this video, I want to do something more different with my Polly Pockets. I have showcased a few modern Polly Pockets on my channel, and if you've watched them, then you know that I'm a little bit of a harsh critic when it comes to the modern Polly Pockets, because I did grow up with the vintage ones, so of course I have become one of those very judgy, nostalgic people who just doesn't want her childhood stuff to be rebooted. At least not rebooted badly. The number one complaint, not just from myself, but from other people who don't really like the modern Polly Pockets as much, is the fact that they are not as detailed or as beautiful as the vintage Polly Pockets. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna take one of my modern Polly Pockets and I'm going to paint it. I am gonna take Little Princess Pad here. This is part of the Hidden Hideouts collection. And I'm basically gonna give her a makeover / upgrade. I should preface this by saying I haven't done this before. I don't know if it's gonna turn out right. I also run the risk of completely ruining this Polly Pocket if I don't like the job that I do. I should have also started with one of my least favorite Polly Pockets, but go big or go home, right? Of course, if you're watching this video, it means I succeeded because I uploaded the video, and I would never upload something that I didn't succeed at because I don't want to be a failure. I just want to succeed and be perfect at everything I do. Anyway, let's get started. This is Little Princess Pad, and I will be repainting her today. On the inside, we can see that it's pretty plain. There's actually a lot of detail, but because everything is painted one color, you can't really see all the details. I am gonna start with some liquid gesso, which is a base so that my acrylic paint can really pop when I color these in. So I'm just laying down a very thin layer, and I'm even doing it on the bush that's already colored because I just want to recolor it and make it look better. I'm not a fan of the floor pattern, so I'm also gonna cover it up with gesso and do something better with it. Now I'm just gonna leave this to dry. I don't know if gesso actually helps. To me, it just kind of looks like white paint, but I'm using it anyway. And when I say the word gesso, I feel like Bob Ross. Now I can start painting the bushes. I'm gonna start with green. I might have to do multiple coats on this because I did such a thin coat of gesso that it's kind of hard to see. With this one, the green is coming through because it already had a green base to begin with. This green is looking real nice, and my plan is to pretty much redo all the flowers because I didn't like the original paint job. And here is the second layer on the other bush. I want to make sure that it's really green like the other one. Now I am adding white paint on the graphic area, and this is gonna take a lot of coats. I'm talking a lot, like a lot. Seriously, this is probably my 5th coat. I'm still going. Now it's time for the flowers, and this part was really tedious because there are a lot of flowers. I'm just following the pattern that's already there. For some reason, the flowers on the other bush aren't as spread out, but they still look nice. Now I'm doing the leaves, and I want to do a lighter green so that it really pops. Again, there are a lot on here, so this is honestly the most tedious part of this whole compact. Now I'm adding dots to the flowers so that they look more flowery. Finally, I am adding dark green dots to the bushes just to add more fun to it. And here are the bushes. For this platform, the first thing I thought of is I wanted to do a rainbow pattern. So that's what I'm doing here, and it's gonna look really colorful and pretty. The rainbow pattern was also really fun to do because I didn't really have to be super strict with where I place them. To give the water more depth, I am adding some dark blue paint. I'm also adding it to the fountain. This makes it look like the water is actually moving. I'm also adding some white to give it some shine. I think that looks so much better. For the stairs, I'm gonna do the same thing as I did on the platform with the rainbow pattern. I'm also going to be recreating the stone steps. So these will be steps that will lead you from the stairs to the platform. This part was a little tricky to do because I wanted to match the platform as close as possible. Now I'm using some gold metallic paint for the banister. I'm taking that same gold paint for the swans. I think they look super fancy with the gold embellishments. I really like the gold embellishments throughout. Here I am outlining the fountain area. I just think it looks really cool and fancy. I'm doing the same thing on the chair. I love how the gold looks next to the teal. It makes this compact look a lot more interesting, a lot more fancy, and fits the theme of princesses and royals. This area is blank for now because I'm gonna put a poly stick later. For the columns, I knew right away that I wanted them to be white, so I'm laying down some gesso right now to really make that white pop. I don't like this mustard gold color that the compact has, so I took some of that gold paint and I'm just covering the whole thing with it. Here's the first layer of white paint on the columns. I'm also moving on to the banner, which I want to be teal so that it matches the chairs and the roof, and another super thick coat of that gold paint to really cover this area here. With some purple metallic paint, I am painting the curtains. I love the marbled look that this paint has. I don't know if that's intentional, but I like it. I think purple really goes well with the color scheme. Now that the paint is dry, you can really see the textures come in and they look super nice and detailed. Very beautiful. I'm also gonna do teal for the bow so that they match the banner. Teal and purple is a really good combo. I'm gonna do the same flower design that I did for the bushes and do it right over here in this area. Let's not forget the nook and crannies that also need paint. I am gonna carry that gold over to the door to really make everything match and look more cohesive. The hearts are also gonna be gold. I think they look really pretty that way. I'm also painting the hinges gold to match the rest of the door. Now that the flowers are dry, it is time to add the dots. For the flags, they look really plain, so I took that same hot pink and applied it to the flags. I'm also adding little decorations on the roof because they look really plain too. I'm really trying to paint as much detail as possible. I am gonna give this a white outline to make it really stand out. White trims look really fancy. I don't know what it is about them. I'm also gonna try to outline this window, which you can see I totally failed at and decided to just color the entire window white. There's another ribbon over here, which of course has to be teal to match the other ones. In the bathroom, I am going to make the mirror gold. I'm actually going to make this look like a real mirror, which you'll see later. I am feeling purple for the couch, so I am using that same metallic purple over here. Purple to me just screams royal. And of course, I have to mix it with gold to match the rest of the design. I'm also going to use the same color scheme for this stand over here. So we have gold and we have purple for the pillow. Back to the bathroom, the window is going to be gold as well. I really want a white trim for this door frame, so that is what I'm doing here. I am skipping around because as I wait for things to dry, I want to paint other areas. I absolutely hate this Prince Charming sticker. I don't like that it's crooked. This rug as well. I don't think Lila needs a Prince Charming anyway, so I'm gonna paint the inside of the door white. At this point, I also forgot to paint eyes on the swans, so I went back and did that. There is a trim over here, which of course is gonna be gold. It's looking so pretty already, and keep in mind that I'm just figuring this out as I go. I'm gonna leave those dots because they're hard to reach and no one can see them anyway. For the inside of the door, I don't really know what I wanna do yet, but I do know that I want it purple, so I'm just gonna purple it up. I'm just going around and adding extra details to wherever I feel like. So here on the bathtub, I'm adding some gold. I'm also adding a gold trim. This is pretty much my chance to do final touches, little details. I'm also using the dotting method to add some decor to the chairs and the pillow. Same thing on the roof. I decided to add more dots to make it look like sprinkles. It just looks so pretty and playful. Now for my favorite part, which is adding the mirror. This is silver adhesive vinyl that I cut with my Cricut machine and measured it perfectly to fit the mirror. I'm just using this silicone tool to flatten it out. I think that looks really awesome and looks realistic. Now I want the bath to be more bubbly, so I'm just adding some white dots to give the illusion that there's a lot of bubbles. After much contemplation, I decided to paint a portal in the door. I don't know why, but I was just thinking that maybe this could be a magical, mystical castle and the portal will take Princess Lila into her kingdom. I really don't know at this point. I'm just trying to make something beautiful and interesting and letting my imagination run wild. Of course, I can't forget about the characters. This horse looks really plain, so I'm giving her gold embellishments like the swan. I'm taking that same purple for the saddle and more gold embellishments, which I'm also gonna do for the hooves, so that everything matches and looks cohesive. One way to make this look really nice is to limit your usage of colors so that things don't look too tacky is the word I was looking for. I felt like the cape needed gold embellishments too, So that's what I did here, and I think it looks really fancy and high fashion. I also added gold embellishments to the crown. Now it's time to seal everything with a varnish. I am using a matte varnish, and I normally use gloss, but I'm using this new varnish that I wanted to try, and I didn't buy a gloss one. But the matte surprisingly looks really nice, which you guys will see when it's dry. So what this does is this seals the paint so that you can't scratch it easily. I'm also carrying it over to the rest of the poly, even areas that I didn't paint. It just gives it extra protection. I'm doing the same thing on the second level, pretty much all the areas that I painted. I'm not worried about it looking globby because when it dries, it's gonna be flat and beautiful. It actually won't even look like I did anything at all. That's just the magic of varnish. I'm only gonna do one coat, but you can put as many coats as you want. For me, I think one coat is all I need. Finally, I am going to add a couple poly sticks. I'm gonna choose this heart one because it's beautiful and matches the compact. I am also gonna put a purple one right through the door. And there is the finished design. I absolutely love it. I had so much fun doing it. Overall, it took me about 8 hours, which is really long, but it kind of flew by because I had so much fun, and I think it looks way better than it did before. Lila looks super expensive. Look at her. The horse looks super cute as well. I also decided to color the gems on the crown. That turned out a lot better than I expected. I was really nervous the whole time because if I had messed up, I would probably have to rebuy this Polly Pocket again. I'm really glad that it turned out great because now I'm gonna do it to the rest of my Polly Pockets. And of course, I'm gonna post it on my channel. Is there a point in doing anything cool if other people don't see it? I'm super happy with how it turned out. And as I have mentioned in my other videos, I am not reselling my collection. I don't care if they go down in value. I am a creative person and I love to improve things. I love to modify things. So let me know what you guys think. Are you guys gonna modify your modern Polly Pockets? Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.